Dun 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 dun. Welcome back, my friends. This is BjjBrick. Quick. My name is Byron. We're talking about jiu-jitsu. We're talking about technology in the gym. Man, I could think back maybe years ago, weeks ago, months ago, decades, whatever. People are like, oh, no, never put technology in the gym. What an amazing tool technology can be for the development of the students. I once, if you're new to the show, and I realize we're well over 140 episodes of the BjjBrick Quick stuff, used to interview people for the BjjBrick podcast all the time and done hundreds of episodes with interviews. Once interviewed a gentleman who was using technology in his gym to track the individual development of each student. Let's say he had, hey, white belts, I have 100 lessons for you. And some of them, yes, are going to be the same. Like there might be 5 armbar from guard lessons. There might be, 5 sweeps from guard. I don't know what they are. But we have all these lessons. And he puts them in some kind of an order. And if this is day 47 for you, you partner up with somebody and you do day 47 things. Now, your partner may be on day 37. Hypothetically, of course. But so your time is going to be a little bit, working with your teammate, your partner, doing what their lesson plan is for the day, and then flip that, and you're doing your stuff. And maybe you need to be kind of in a similar, both past the first 10 episodes, podcast too much, past the first 10 lessons, or something like that. But he had this whole thing set up. So everybody walks into class. You had your instructional content online. You already viewed that, or you could view it there in class with your phone or whatever. And you train for your individual development. I don't know if that's good. I think it's very interesting. It really eliminates the gap, when, hey, we're gathered around and all of us are blue belts and let's show an ankle pick. Let's do, this, like, okay, a third of the class has no idea what's going on. Oh, I thought the ankle pick was a standard, technique in the moves that we were teaching here. Oh, you guys were gone that day or that week? Darn it. They have to check off that box. You're not going to have any gaps in their training. They're going to do it in a certain order. I think this is pretty cool. And I think he used Evernote, which is actually the app I use to keep track of these podcasts, the quick episodes anyway. And I really wish I had looked up what episode number that was. But I think I'm doing a fair job describing it, and I don't know how it's going anymore. That was years ago, was this interview. But it's an idea, and you could do this yourself. It's nice that the coach did it here. But you keep track of your training. You can maybe put your training in the different boxes, guard submissions, guard sweeps, different types of guard, break it down, guard, whatever. Kind of break down the techniques into a certain amount of categories and then start, putting check boxes when you get those training categories done. That's tracking your development in a different way. You might look at it over the course of 3 months and realize I have not done any escapes from the bottom in 3 months. That's not good. That's a super important skill to have in jiu-jitsu. You find yourself stuck all the time. I wonder why. So keeping track of your individual development, you can do it yourself. Maybe your coach does it. I don't know of a lot of coaches doing this. In fact, I just know one that has lessons plans that are geared, like I said, geared towards the individual. You show up, you're doing lesson plan, 97, and you get partnered up with the guy doing lesson plan number 87, and I don't know why I picking 7 numbers. And you take turns doing the techniques that you've studied before you walked in the door. Or you're studying there on the mats. You watch, I guess you would try to design the videos to be about 3 or 4 minutes each. So you watch your video, you do it. Meanwhile, your teammate was watching their video, and she's ready to go, and then, there's less downtime. But you have a whole room of people learning jiu-jitsu, all learning different things, all following a lesson plan. That's a cool idea. I don't know if it's the best idea, but just planting something in the coaches' minds out there. I know it's a lot of work to get that much content together, either the links to things or actually record it yourself. Check it out. Think about it, I guess. How could you do this on your own? Hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to support the podcast, go to BjjBrick.com. Click on the Patreon link. You can support us per month. Really appreciate that. If you have a question for the BJJ Quick podcast, I should give out my email more often. Here we go. BjjBrick@gmail.com. Pretty easy. Just type in question for podcast in the subject line, and I'll see it and put you in the queue. Hope you have a great day, my friends, and stay sweaty.